finished down another percent today, 506 basis points. The S&P finished down 1.21% today, 90 basis points. The Nasdaq did finish down negative 2.15% today, or 553 basis points. Nasdaq 100, 43. And the Russell 2000 finished down 0.77%, or 23 basis points today. Let's get into it. People forgot about the oil, but we knew about it. Good afternoon. It's Thursday, July 23rd. It's 10:38 p.m. One of the big headlines today was oil, and a lot of people didn't see it. Here's current oil's chart right now. You have a current 3-by soldiers here. You do have the 55 EMA support. You are at a critical pivot level right here. If you can look at the chart, you can see what happens right at these levels. Right. One of the big questions is, like almost every other chart, is are we going to squeeze above it or below it? For this this kind of chart here, right, you have a technical perspective, right? I don't really think technicals mean much here on a chart like this, right? This is more like headlines, kind of news, geopolitical driven. So this is more macro. Obviously, a fundamental use case here for oil, excuse my voice, I'm getting sick here, is that right? We all use oil. Oil is obviously needed, throughout the world here. So we have our macro, the what, we have our fundamental, the why, we have our technical, the chart here. Iran-backed Houthi militants, and they said that they attacked 2 Saudi Arabian tankers in the Red Sea, firing missiles and drones at the vessels to enforce a blockade of Saudi ports. They did announce earlier this week that what sent oil through $100 for the first time in 2 months. Well, it wasn't out of nowhere, right? The Houthis had actually announced a maritime embargo on Saudi Arabia on Monday. So today was an embargo going kinetic. UK maritime trade operations then confirmed a tanker was struck by an unknown projectile in the Red Sea, sparking onboard fire. Obviously, the crew fought, and there was no reported casualties. We do have more geopolitical news. The escalation in Washington. Trump threatens to bomb Iranians' infrastructure in response to any attacks on ships transitioning through the Strait of Hormuz. That's the line that took a supply scare and turned actually into not just a re-escalation trade, but an actual, de-escalation trade to a re-escalation trade. The market's basically been pricing the U.S.-Iran conflict as winding down, but I've been telling you here, and here in this Discord, I keep telling you, right, I see it in almost every video, these guys have been fighting since literally BC. BC means before Christ, straight up. So I don't know, where this notion that, they're going to submit to us is coming from. They're not. They've told us they're not. There's been no deals made, nothing's going to happen, and this is the war that's going to send us to a recession. I'm telling you that right now. We also had the acceleration of U.S. economic data. The initial job claims fell below 200,000, the 187K print, basically, which was a 57-year low. On a normal day, that's good news. On a $100 oil day, it's gasoline, because hot labor plus hot energy means the Fed can't stay sidelined, so the market is repriced to an 82% chance of September hikes, nearly double the 52% odds from a week earlier, and yields followed that. The 10-year yield is above 4.7%, now the highest since January 15th of 2025. So 2 years up to 4.35%. The 30 years at 5.167%. Excuse me, the 2 years up to. And basically, what's happening right now is we have a distribution trigger, right? We have I told you on Monday and Sunday, we don't have any leaders in the market, right? So we don't have any leaders, right? When the SOXO fails, right, what stocks are going to pop up here? So here's my current SOXO chart. We still do have 55 EMA support. Let me just double check that we closed above the 55 EMA. We closed at 551. EMA on the daily is 543 here. So we're still above the daily 55 EMA here. And obviously in my chart here, really nothing's changed. I like to keep my charts as notes here. You see that I used them in previous video. Nothing's changed here, right? Obviously when things do change, we're going to create the structure on the chart here. Currently it does look like you have a falling 3, which is a bearish pattern here, but I need to see what happens tomorrow. On a Friday, things can get crazy. Taking a look back here at Texas Instruments here, we just have charts. Yeah, blowout earnings, right? But again, the question is why are we selling down? And it's because the market's priced to perfection, right? Again, on these earning calls, they keep saying they're going to do good, they're going to do good, right? So we're expecting them to do good. Well, I guess maybe good isn't good enough, right? So that's the problem with the markets, right? And I told everybody last year when, Microsoft, you had Microsoft over here, you had the ticker is SFT, excuse me, again, I'm running on fumes right now, just trying to get the video done. Gonna try to do actually no edits here, so just bear with me. I'm gonna try to chart and do some of these things in real time. So you have Microsoft over here, right? And they had a blowout, like one of the best quarters ever last year, and I said that's going to be pretty hard to beat. When you start getting the best quarters ever, right, are you guiding up or down? Well, as a company, right, Microsoft is considered, right, a growth company, right? So you have growth in the market and you have value. Value is like GIS. It's a ticker. It's General Mills. So GIS is General Mills. It's, your cereal companies, et cetera, right? So you have Jizz, right? Maybe you have Target, and actually maybe even have Nike, right? So kind of like a lot of consumer staples here. You have Nike as well. So these are value companies, right? Like Nike's a value company, right? You can buy your, Lululemon jeans that nobody wants for $2,000 anymore, right? Then you have kind of growth. Growth is like Meta, growth is like Microsoft, growth is like Nvidia, right? They're talking about changing the world. So you have growth stocks changing the world. Then you just have, hey, like I need to put a thong on to look good tonight for my husband, okay? Going back over here to ES, again, same chart here. We have our squeeze zone that we did break down below, and now we're looking at our 95% zone here to the downside. We did have a 3 white soldiers here in progress. Obviously, it's been broken down here, so we kind of have like a indecision candle. It does look like we rejected that 50% line here on the S&P 500, and again, your 95% zones are down here. If you remember the other day, we did call it the evening star here. Again, these charts are unchanged. You can check my YouTube videos for receipts. We had an evening star that obviously broke down here, and now we're looking at lower levels here. Maybe going to take out this lower previous day low here at 7411, or maybe even double bottom all the way down here to 7364. Obviously, again, we're gonna have to wait for Friday to see what happens. But again, right, I had a simple concept, right? Evening star currently if broken will flip into uppercase H, which is bullish. Obviously, until then, bearish. Why? Because it's the evening chart. It either is or it isn't. Going back over here to the Nasdaq here. Not the chart I want. Nope. 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 Okay, so right here, I just marked up this chart here, guys. So this is a lot of work for a lot of people to do, but I think it's important here. So I'm just showing you guys the patterns here. This is your main level you want to watch here. You want to watch this 703 line. You could say 700, but again, what does kind of price do at this specific point? That's why I have a mark, right? You can see here, right? You literally go down or you go up, right? So I circle that, I'm going to uncircle it, right? So you go down right here, you go up. You go down literally right here, you go up here. You go down here, you go up. You go down here, you go up. You go down here, you go up. How can you read price action like me in real time? You don't need me if you want to join the Discord. I am running a current promotion. We do have a wait list, but I am running a current promotion if you're interested in signals. But again, right, these are the things I teach, right? A lot of people, right, it's not enough just to know chart patterns. It's not enough to know the macro fundamentals and technicals, right? Index, sector, stock, right? What is happening and why? So from a technical perspective, right, look at all these lines here. These are all these patterns that are happening, right? So, right, evening star here, circled in blue. So all these, different blue lines are all evening stars. We have rising 3 methods. You just keep getting you again. Rising 3, rising 3, rising 3, right? Obviously, you have our morning stars or bullish reversal patterns here. Morning star, morning star, morning star, morning star, morning star. The level I want to watch tomorrow is 703. We obviously also broke our point of control up here, so I do want to reclaim that. Our value area low here, which again is the anchored volume profile, your value area low here is right here. So when you typically break your value, so you have a VAH, value area high, you have a value area low, okay, VAL, then you basically have your point of control, which is P, push and P, baby. So value area high, right, think about this as like a squeeze zone, right, you flush above, right, value area low, flush below. Kind of, that's all what happened here, right? That's literally it. Obviously, if we go here to a daily time frame here, you're going to see something even crazier. Same pattern again. So look at this. Rising 3 methods here. It's a little bit wonky here, but again, rising 3 methods here. You see it here. You see it here. You see it somewhere over here. Okay. You see it here, and you see it here. You have a technically double bottom here. You do have a wedge happening here as well. Again, if I'm going to gap up, I definitely want to reclaim 698, and I want to move swiftly above this 703 level. And again, right, one way to kind of determine, right, a lot of people like to go long, short. One, look at your risk here. So again, approximately how far do you go up here from this line, right? What's like the average peak here? Here's another free option here in TradingView. You can go here and click price range. So how far approximately do you go up from these gap ups, and how far do you go down? So from these peaks, from these kind of these lines here, go up about 3%. Let's see here, 7% from here. Oh, and I guess from down here, for them peaks. Right here. I'm really tired, guys. I don't want to do them all, but I'll do them. I was actually going to say in real time, just like 2 seconds ago, I'm not going to do them, but I'm doing them. I just want this video to end. So right here, you can kind of get your range here. So right, you know what you're kind of risking from a long position, right? I just marked the bottom. I didn't mark the tops here. I could just visually mark them like probably right around here is your next flush zone here. So I have my zones here kind of at 729 to 704 here. And you know, when you look at the chart here, like, so like, you know, if you're looking at a long position here, like what are you risking? So if you're looking at a long position here, what are you risking? Where's your next level down here? So if you're looking at long, right, let's say that your highs are kind of above here, like let's say they're up here, right, market up here, right, just see how much you're risking, how much your reward is, right, and then kind of determine, you know, what strike, date, and price you're going to pick. A lot of people don't understand that, right, like let's say that QQQ is going to move up 7%. They might pick, right, so 7% is right about here at 744. Let's say QQQ's top was like 800. And for the sake of it, let's say QQQ on average was only up like, yeah, let's just go for the max, like 7.25%. Some people will pick moves that are like 14 to kind of 20%, right? And that's cool for scalping and all, but at a certain point, right, it doesn't really work out for you in favor, especially when you're chopping, right? Right here, we're just chopping down, up. Like contracts are getting smoked every day, long and short. There's IV, there's delta, there's other factors to consider. And so that's one thing to consider, right? So like, what's a realistic price target, right? Well, if QQQ is going up on average 7.25%, right? Like maybe find a median strike. So 7.25%, maybe get one that's just like 8% above, right? But people will pick like 15, 16%. My contract down here will go up like 100%. Their contract will go up like maybe 20%, okay? The minute this drops on a contract, this contract will maybe go down to like 50%, and then obviously this contract is negative. So that's how that works. We also did lose a crucial level here. We did lose the 55, which is institutional support right here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my drawings here just to show the chart. So we did lose our 55 EMA here on the Nasdaq. Big problem. So again, I told you, right, when we lose our 55 EMA, I like to pump the brakes and kind of wait to see like what's going to happen overnight. That way I can approach the market with a clear mind the next day. 6 and 8 puts, they printed almost instantly. Look at the chart here. You can see me updating the chart here in real time. Started here, came all the way down here, charting to the tick, have my levels marked out here. These did really well here. Members did well with these. Caught out some more. They went up to 115%, up to 150. We did calls here. It was a dangerous fill here. Let me switch to 690 calls here. They printed, did well, went up to 100% again here. I'm going to show you right here. So we had one put here, and then we had one call here. Obviously, the puts went up above 150%. Then we grabbed calls here to scalp to get some more money. But obviously, we had that one put left as a runner. We always preach take profits. Took some more plays around here. Did quite well, up 10,000 here on the short. Watch me work the short and watch this position get higher and higher. Marked it up above. Drew the pattern, pretty clear, textbook bear flag, falling 3 here, rising 3 rather. And again, have these puts here up $1,500 using structure, streaming it in real time to my Discord, and you can go ahead and corroborate those plays. We did have actually one big banger play at the end of the day. Right here you can see, called out lottery, 7380 calls on the money here that went essentially 1,000%. I say get your popcorn ready, 2:47 p.m. What happened here? Let's go take a look. We're going to start here at the bottom, work our way up here. This member grabbed it, made $500. This member grabbed it and made 155 here, Joel. 143 here. This member grabbed it, made 203%. $90 to $830. Can't really ask for a better return on that. Excuse me, 823%. Remember, I said 1,000%, looking for 1,000%. Joel made 150 here. Punk Beach made quite a bit here. Void made looks like $830 or something. Looks like J-Bop on his actual funded account made close to $4,000 on his funded account after passing it after 11 minutes of market open today. Again, J-Bop here. Slater with more gains. Fact Scrubber with more gains. Moshi with more gains. Chris, Dam with more gains. Look at that. Tris with more gains, Ronnie with more gains, Alan with more gains, Trader with more gains, Joel with more gains, Avery with more gains, Chris with more gains, Max with more gains, Roshan Lynch with more gains, Joel with more gains, Mickey's with more gains, Roshan with more gains, J-Bob with more gains, and again J-Bob with more gains, and Noob with more games, and appreciate the being real here. He said, is a real deal. I don't know how he does it, but I've seen him do it over and over again. If the guy said he could cure cancer today, I would probably believe him at this point, and I appreciate that comment. I really do put a lot of time into this. I apologize if I sound little bit not enthusiastic right now. I'm running on fumes and I'm really tired, but I'm just trying to get this out. So the video might be a little bit different today. I'm tired, so work with me here.